There we go. We are live and with a stable bit rate. Sorry for the double notification there. Always professional, as always. I'm the Shasta one. This is still Minecraft. Thank you for joining me. Oh, what a great, just polished little intro there. What do you say we just get right into the game, shall we? We are picking up almost exactly where we left off last stream. Yesterday was one of the rare days where I did not even power up my PC. Not even once. I was out there living outside the Matrix for a whole 24 plus hours. It was terrifying. You realize how high definition the world is out there outside of my computer screen? It's almost intolerable sometimes. And so I'm back here, back in the world where I may have spent more time in than the actual world. So instead of flying over here, what if you say, well, what if we just trot over on foot and allow me to take advantage of this beautiful road that I've spent so much time on over the past however long it's been. I count the bridge too. Hello! Good to see you, Micah. And looking forward to seeing you in person in a little over 24 hours from now. So I definitely want to get a big... I definitely wanted to stream here tonight because I knew that I was going to be gone all weekend. First Gen God. Now there's a good Twitch name. Just one of the OGs. I imagine that you're like of the, you know, before the ancient Greeks, there was the the Prometheans, is that right? Am I getting my... I don't know. I think of them as the first gen gods. But welcome. Welcome to my hardcore run. Good and good to have you here. Hype! What's up, Killberry? Oh no, it's no first gen dodge. But it definitely says first gen god. Thought she happened to be an OG Lord of the Universe stopping by to visit us mere mortals. Your favorite truck? Oh, that's awesome. Going with a nice vintage there. My very first truck was a 1988 GMC Sierra that was more rust than iron. And I hated that truck, which means I loved that truck. It was just really easy to hate on. And that was part of the appeal.
Neighbor, how long has it been since you had a big, thick, steaming bowl of whoop rat jelly? Well, that's too long.
First Gen Dodge, welcome to the One Can Wolfpack. As I said, it's good to have you here. Thank you for the follow. So as you can see, I'm about 253 hours into this hardcore run. And I spent the majority of all that time working on farms. I really only just got started on some nice aesthetic builds. I spent a while on this nice suspension bridge. That's not a suspension bridge. On this nice wrought iron, actually polished deep slate bridge. I built this house back in December. That was really like the last, non-pragmatic build, let's say, that I did. I just finished up this huge auto sorter, which I'm quite proud of. I'll give you a nice tour since you're visiting for the first time here. Is there anything in here that can be sortable? Yes. Like this coal, for example. Just toss it in there. If you're familiar with Shulkercraft and their videos, this is based on their design. I just expanded it because I had too many items. Superhero puppy. Like a puppy with a cape? Welcome. How are you doing? I'm just out here thriving. Doing my best to stay alive out here in the hardcore world that I have lived in. It's my cactus farm here.
How long has it been since you had a big, thick, steaming bowl of whoop rat jelly? Well, that's too long.
Superhero puppy, I would like to also welcome you to the One Can Wolfpack. Thank you. Maybe try a steaming bowl of Wolf brand chili. The vibe check, the immortal vibe check, the one that everyone out here is trying to pass. I think that let me see. What have I been described as? What's been my Twitch review? It's been a lot of positivity. I always try to, leave the stream a little happier than how I found it. And I've also been described as a very soothing voice for Europeans to fall asleep to. I think that if my Twitch channel was on like a Blu-ray case, that would probably be like the review quote on the bottom of it. It'd just be like, 10 out of 10. Many Europeans fall asleep to the sound of my voice. That's probably my tagline. All right, so I gotta think about. I just got my hair cut. I literally just sat down. I had no thought into what I was doing here on this stream, so I could continue this torch grid. For those of you who are just joining us, Minecraft Bob Ross, I like it. I'm gonna pass on the perm though. I gotta dodge the perm. So over here is going to be an actual village populated by actual villagers who are not imprisoned, unlike the rest of my builds. We're thinking a nice port up against the ocean right here. Yeah, I can't fall asleep. Where's my bed? Oh, I'm just blind. Let's nap this off because it's not fully lit up yet. Then we'll continue with this explanation. Day 1022, let's go. So, I don't know, let's just go ahead and fly over there. This is the first time I've ever gotten this deep in this game, like hardcore or otherwise. This is my first time earning an elytra. I believe my second time taking on the Wither. The first was on easy mode though, so does that even count? I want to turn this, see this nice little like mini bay here? I want to turn this into a nice like seafaring port. Have like a staircase going up the center here, which leads to like this big open trading area that's right here. And I want this to be lined with, there's going to be a building for the blacksmiths. I want like multiple armor smiths. I want there to be a church worthy of like a dozen clerics. I want it to be just packed with priests, but I don't want it to be like a tiny hut of a like a church or a synagogue or a place of worship. I want it to be big, but I only have so much real estate. I also don't want it to be like dominated by this big church building either. I want to maybe have a courthouse in here. I don't know. The way I envision it is I just see like villager houses going all the way up this hill like it's some Greek village on the Mediterranean coast, except more grassy and less rocky perhaps. I'm talking about things that I don't even understand, that I've never been to. Not like I've ever like sat down on a sunny Petra cafe patio with like the salty air just like in my face. No, I've never experienced that in real life, but I'm trying to it's like the shaders are so realistic in this game. I almost feel like I'm there. So this is the road that we were working on last time, because I think that I am going to introduce. Okay, so here's the tricky thing about doing this in survival mode, let alone hardcore mode, is that I really only have one shot to build things. There's a very limited rewind functionality for me, like for my brain. Like once I build something, it's almost permanent. And that's why for the longest time, I was so scared to even place a single block of any build. Because it's like, what if it's anything less than perfect? That would break my heart. But how I get around that is I gotta have a formula. And so what I'm doing for this big village build is I gotta lay down the roads first. Just, okay, here are logical paths. Because that's exactly how roads worked in the ancient world too. Is they were just like maybe paths that weren't even carved by humans. Like if you're in a heavily wooded area with like a deer population, we're talking like Midwest United States, you will see like natural deer paths cut through the brush. And some of those would be convenient for use by other animals, like, I don't know, people? And they would turn into like natural roads. So it makes sense to start with roads. Once you have roads, I'm going to start placing the outline of buildings. And what's easy at that point is I've already decided on my block palette for what these buildings are going to look like. They're going to be very much in the style of the house that I started out in over here. So as you can see, we're starting with like a first floor. Did I just ruin some potatoes? No, we're good. Start with the first floor of like cobble, mossy cobble, diorite. We got the framing with spruce logs right there. And I might work a little teal in there because that was kind of speaking of Bob Ross, a happy little accident. Just having those teal banners on hand and just looking so dang pretty. And of course the deep slate tile roofs. That's a relatively new addition to Minecraft, and I I'm just kind of in love with them. So I think that that's what we're going to go with. But again, roads, foundations, outlines of buildings, and then we flesh them out with the actual builds. And while I absolutely love the design of these roads, man, it takes a lot of mental CPU power to place a truly random pattern. I think that I streamed on Monday. I played a little bit of offline on Tuesday, and I think I went from like right here to right here. And I find that it's a lot trickier to get a random pattern going without a Twitch chat to distract me or keep me busy, you know? And I'm already off to the races, as you can see. We're already rolling. I hardly even thought about digging up that dirt. I'm just ready to go, baby. So let's go. This is like, I'm going to continue some Bob Ross comparisons here. You know, this is like him loading up that palette. That's what that's called, right? Got that big thing with all the different paints on it. He does like the wet on wet mixing. That's kind of what we're doing here, you know? Building up our little, I don't know, what would you call it? I guess palette's really what I'm going with. So I usually stream, for those of you who just joined. I try to stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's kind of my dream that I can never quite fulfill. But that's the goal. That's the ideal, right? And so I was not able to stream yesterday, Wednesday, because I was working late. I think that's something that some people can relate with. Happens. And I basically ran home from work, sprinted down the interstate like I was the Flash. Got home, changed out of my work polo and steel-toed boots, and immediately just hightailed it with Zeta out to trivia. And it was a good thing that we did, because it was a lot of fun. And more importantly than having fun, we dominated the competition! We walked away with a $25 gift card to the brewery that we were doing the trivia at, because we got first place. And that $25 gift card was very appreciated, because I think that between me and Zeta, we drank $24 worth of beer. That kind of works out, First Gen Dodge, because I will not be able to be here either. I'm streaming on Thursday because I'm actually going to be heading up to a coffee crawl this weekend. That's out of town. So that's going to kind of work out for the both of us. That's pretty sweet that you played tennis. One of my buddies, who was actually just in the chat on Monday's stream, he's a avid tennis player and a tennis coach, actually, at this point. I never got into it. As Kilberry can tell you, I was more preoccupied in high school of hitting home runs. I was terrible at baseball, but I could hit a tennis ball over the back fence of the court like nobody else. I was Roger Maris. I was the Babe Ruth of tennis. It's just that my skills didn't quite apply to real life, unfortunately. Is this random enough? I need actually that secret weapon that Unknown X suggested to me last stream. That's really what made all the difference to this path. It's this coarse dirt. Let me just see. That's just it's not quite there, right? It's not quite there. But look at this. You just add a coarse dirt right here, and let's say toss one right here as well. You play tennis for your school. That is cool, man. In school, I was a cross-country runner. Like in grade school, I played basketball because because I was part of a class of 12. So like everybody had to play basketball in order to have a basketball team. And let me see. I did track. I did track in my freshman year of high school and also in grade school. And I just got so tired of running in circles because I was a long distance runner. I was always jealous of the sprinters, you know? The gun would go off and they'd sprint for like 15 seconds and their event would be over and they can go back to like playing Pokemon under the bleachers. I didn't have that luxury. Disgusting. So I quickly got burnt out. That's true. I was on both sides of that fence. I was just as likely to be in the tennis court for PE as I was to be in the skate park, being one of the skateboarders, dodging these, green rubber Wilson labeled trebuchet projectiles. Kilberry says, I ran cross country one day. The team used to run through my neighborhood, and my best friend texted me and said, bring her a snack when she ran by. And Kilberry just hopped in. Ran 20 minutes of drill with the team before the coach. Oh, that's awesome. That reminds me, there was a time, there was a single day where Thor the Viking ran with the cross country team. And it was a brutal day to join because we were already in the season. And we'd done like summer workouts and he had not. And it was like a 5-mile run. Which is a lot. Which is a lot. Like I struggle with 5-mile runs at the moment. And to Thor's credit, I think that he ran with the team pretty much the entire way. But yeah, that was a little too intense of an introduction, I think. I remember there's also someone who joined the team and he ran in basketball shoes, which are super heavy and not very pleasant to run long distances in. And he kind of trucked through that too, man. Pretty intense. Tentacle Sand, what's up? How you doing? I hope you've been crushing it this week. Hope you've been having a good week. I think that, this was one of those weeks where Sunday came around and I kind of had the Sunday scaries. I was like, man, I don't want to go to work. I don't know what they're going to have me on. I don't know what I'm doing. But the moment I got there, like I've been down low and in control. Been doing pretty well this week at work and outside of work. Just had breakfast. Nice. All's moving Gucci. I just had dinner. It was a pretty light dinner. I was so set on streaming tonight that I was just like, I could kind of forego an ordinary dinner and I can throw down a sandwich real quick. I just put together a sandwich, filled up my invisible cup of water, which I'm in dire need of at the moment. Oh, that hits, man. That hits. That's the stuff. So another key to making roads that I found out from, young folks on the interwebs is that you don't want the road to be straight, right? Which works out for me because, like, I'm just kind of following the coastline. You see, this is a beautiful canyon. I wish it wasn't so murky and rainy right now. I would really show... Oh, I guess I could just turn off the shaders for a moment, I suppose. Like, look at this canyon. That's part of why I settled at this place in the first place. Like, this settlement that you're seeing, this is where I started... This is my first home. It started as a hole in the ground that I was just using to mine for diamonds. Way back in the old December of 2021. And I have been in this world for 254 hours. Over 10 and a half days. Since then. Which is kind of crazy. Oh my god, Noah's getting a keyboard? Nice, dude. Was there any specialty features that you're making decidedly for him? Like, does he know what switches, what type of switches that he prefers? Like, what layout? Is the color scheme specific to his interests? Is there anything with graphic design that would require some kind of specialty consideration for a keyboard? I guess I've never thought about that. For programming, it's just like, throw as many keys in front of me as possible. Give me that ultra wide. And I am so unfamiliar with like Blender and 3D graphics and rendering that I have no idea what keyboard shortcuts would even be. It's kind of skinny right here, doesn't it? We kind of gotta needs a little meat on those road bones. Coarse dirt's kind of good for like the borders of the road, right? It's a nice transition. It's just like, yeah, it's just like a dirt patch where the grass just hasn't quite worked its way into yet. You know, I was not sure what I was going to be doing with this hill. And I'm still not. No, I think I got a pretty good idea. I might actually fill this side in with dirt and make this a little more natural looking. We'll see. This one should be coarse dirt. Make that a path block. What creative things have I been doing this week? I've just, when I'm not streaming and I'm not working, not dreaming of a Steam Deck, I had to bring it up. Just telling a friend about that today. I just been working on drums. Working on drums for the local Disney musical. I got to kind of gush about the drum parts yesterday at trivia because one of our trivia partners is in the arts department of the school that's putting this play on. She's in there every day, you know, training the kids and making sure that everyone's memorizing their lines and singing in perfect harmony and all that good stuff. And I'm just back here trying to remember how to read sheet music. It's good. It's really good. It's a good play. I'm just trying to do it justice, you know? Don't want to be that guy. I put in all this work and then the day comes around and I'm just like, I don't remember anything. I'm not sure. I don't like that. We're going to find a way to make this work. I think that I'm going to be pretty dissatisfied with this setup going up this hill. But that said, I think the best way, the fastest way for me to be actually satisfied with how it looks is just to build it wrong. I know. But I think that's the way to do it. Because I'm going to look at this and I'm going to be so thoroughly disgusted with my work that I'm going to be able to point out what's wrong with it. And right now, I can't. See, I'm tempted just to fill this in with dirt and just so you can't see the side of it. Maybe I can find a way to make it work. Micah says, I thought I was going to use silent switches for my brother's keyboard, but I had him try a few switches and he picked something else, so that's what I'm rolling with. Ooh, surprised you. Got his pick of extra keyboards and he picked the GMMK Pro. Same layout as yours, but instead of the Blue Cat, it has a volume knob. Yeah, I remember seeing that one. I don't think I would ever use the super big volume knob, but like aesthetically, it's, yeah, okay. I like the looks of that, you know? For the color scheme, he had a couple different key sets to choose from, but he chose a wild lime green set. My dude. Nice. It's that seems appropriate. That seems appropriate for him. Just a nice loud key set. Yeah, that's how I psychoanalyze people actually. I just it's based off of what I believe is their ideal key set when putting together a mechanical keyboard. Yeah. let's put one there. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I just don't want this to be like straight up. In a straight line, you know. And the more dirt I dig out here, The easier it's gonna be to fill that bad boy in. I mean, I got a pile of dirt right here. Oh, I do. I do. I do. Ooh. Let's go with the grass blocks. Oh no. So now, while I'm focusing on building the path, I gotta think about, okay, what would my, oh no. I take these back. What would be the keycap set for Killberry? Ooh, okay. That's a good question. Okay. I want to go with like a midnight blue as the secondary color. Like a pretty deep blue, maybe a navy instead of midnight blue. And then is it too cliche to go with like a nice like Lisa Frank flamingo pink? I feel like those two would just work together somehow. It's just you got like the super bright, like bold color. And then also like a more like thoughtful color underneath as a secondary color. I think that's what I'd go with for Killberry. I think for first gen Dodge, just going off of the name alone, I would probably go with like, okay, so it'd have to be a matte finish, you know, nothing reflective, nothing too shiny. But I don't know. This is part of my bias coming in, because I'm like a sucker for work trucks. So I would think like a beige. But then you got like some like hunter green trim to it. Yeah. With a Bigfoot badge. Perfect. That was actually tricky. That's a good question from the chat. Impromptu. I think it's legitimately nighttime now. It's always hard to tell with these shaders. I think it's a little easier to tell on stream, because it's looking pretty dark over there on screen too. Kaboom! Look at that. The rain clouds just boiling away. It's like the opposite of what's happening in Shasta-town, USA over the past couple days. Dude, it was beautiful. It was like early summer weather here today. And tomorrow, rain's moving in, but I'm leaving it behind. That's why I dug those out. I was like, why did I dig those out? I know why. Oops. Might need to go get more andesite. I need to think of something that would allow me to go adventuring again in this world, because we're in the end game, aren't we? You know, just like the Avengers in that one movie. We're on the opposite side of it all. Took on the bosses, got my items nice and automatically sorted. It's just, you know, what do you do when you have become the first generation god of your realm? I don't know. Build a village, I guess. At this point, it really has become just like, how far can I take it? Right? Like I've come so far already. I've conquered all that's cross my path. I don't know. I'm too tired to come up with a really grand way of saying this. I've conquered all comers, right? They've all fallen at my feet. I'm trying. I'm just coaxing this out of my brain. And so now all that's left is to see what I can do with this piece that I've brokered with my mighty netherite sword, known as the Wolf Brand Chili can opener. Did I really just make it this straight? I can't be like that. Here we're gonna do. Let's do just 4 right there, and that might actually fix it. There we go. You see, it's just like tiny deliberate imperfections like that really make it all look perfect. I'm probably gonna, I'm gonna fill this in with dirt just to give myself a little bit more of a flat platform. It seems like I always start these worlds with this idea that I'm not going to change the terrain at all and I'm going to just work with it and it'll be great. And then I always wind up, oh, I can remove 1 block and down the slippery slope I go. So we'll see if I can dodge that familiar pitfall here on the old World 11. Oops. My shovel's just too good. Breaks blocks faster than they can render. Oh, hey, buddy. Well, I just restart the world and you show up? Blue ice. Okay. Meh. That guy's a ripoff. He's good for free leads. He's got that going for him, which is nice. Seems kind of uncommon. I think 4 in a block right there. We'll see if I can make it work. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Eh? I think the Wandering Trader bothers me because he just always... He walks all over my current build and he always sounds so skeptical. Even the llamas sound skeptical. That's my llama sound. I should take that sound and every time someone like cheers me with bits or something, that's the sound that comes out. Short and not so sweet. Howdy yourself, Absent Crabson. Wish I had a cowboy hat to tip at you. With that introduction. How you doing? I think I'm working on the same old-ish that I was working on where we left off. I like howdy. Howdy's one of those words that I started using ironically. And then, then it becomes not so ironic and it just kind of happens naturally. Like I've said before, that was like me and y'all. I started out saying y'all so ironically down here in the American South, and what can I say? It snuck up on me. It's just so dang convenient. Although yesterday at work, I was walking around this factory that I do not actually work at. I'm just like a contractor there, right? So I don't really know all the employees there or anything. And I just walk into a room where a few people are seated at a table. And in my Midwest ways, it's common in the Midwest to refer to a group of people as you guys. There's no such thing as y'all there. That's kind of seen as like a country put on if you use y'all. But I said, hey, you guys. Just seeing people out of the corner of my eye. And there was a woman seated at the table. And you guys is uncommon enough down here that the guy at the table sitting next to her just gives me this death stare. And he just says, and gals. And I was flummoxed. Maybe I came across as kind of a jerk. I was just like, I shrugged. I was like, and gals. didn't see it there. It's just that you guys is gender neutral where I come from. So as I was walking away, I thought I could have just explained, oh, sorry, that's just the Midwest in me. That's how we do things up there. You know? You guys. But I was worried that I had, frustrated a customer. So I was too deep in my own head to get away from it. Absent Crabson says they're working through my organization and skincare obsession while trying not to go bankrupt. That is oh my gosh. I feel like skincare has got to be pretty expensive. So that is forever at war with like the bottom of your bank account. I feel that. I was actually one of my school buddies, he called me after work today, and he was talking about one of his hobbies and how it's just like a complete drain on his bank account. And he's like, it's so dumb. Like this does nothing for me, but it makes me happy. And skincare actually does do something for you. And I believe it also does make you happy, right? That's fair. And if you aren't organized, how will you find anything? Man, getting organized is just that's one of those dreams of mine in general. Like anytime I start organizing something, like when I got started on the garage out back, I was really proud of organizing the contents of the garage about a month ago. And it's always I start so enthusiastic. I'm amped about it. Just ready to go. And then I realize how much work is involved. And then it's just like, whatever. I got started. That's good. Micah feels seen. Oh, you know what? We don't have that much mossy cobblestone. And we're all out of mossy slabs. So actually, something that I want to make is a moss farm. That's right, I'm not done farming yet. I think that as I build more outlandish and ludicrous personal builds, like say a bridge made out of smooth deep slate, I think that I'm just gonna have to make more farms. I think that they kind of go hand in hand. I start needing more weird, less common blocks in survival. I need them for builds in ridiculous quantities. So yeah, more farms. Actually, I have one in my streamer notes over here that I just looked up too. I know it's around here somewhere. Maybe instead of boring you guys to death by building a road one block at a time, maybe I can bore you to death by building a farm one block at a time. That's an idea. What do we got here? Yeah, there's the old moss farm. This might be loud. Brace yourselves. No, I caught it with a mute. Beautiful. So this is not a Shulkercraft link. I can show you guys the one that I'm looking at if you're curious. I browsed YouTube top to bottom, and this is the crazy moss contraption that I decided was going to be up my alley. So I think that, yeah, how it works is it's a stone generator, and then when you apply bone meal to a moss block, it will convert that stone into moss blocks, which then water comes out and harvests it into a set of hoppers. And that's the way you get infinite moss without burning through a pile of, stone or building blocks. That looks pretty good. So while I'm letting this play through, Absent Crabson says, your skincare obsession started because I need everything to match. It has to follow a certain color scheme. Because if it doesn't match, it doesn't feel like it's clean and organized. And I realized that my skincare doesn't follow my color scheme, which made me start my skincare obsession. It's very hard to only buy stuff that has a certain color, while also being good for your skin specifically. Great call, keeping that last part in mind. I get it. I get it. I think that you know, I think that society's general expectations of you know what it is to be a guy makes it easier on us. It's just like you're supposed to just have rough skin and be ugly as you age. And maybe that's just part of maybe that's I don't know, maybe that's part of it. That just kind of feels like an unfair default expectation. Killberry, I did see your message, but I was at work and I was so wiped out and I went straight from work to trivia and then I drank a couple beers at trivia and I wasn't even looking at my phone anymore. So actually, what I meant to respond to you was that you can sign up for St. Jude early right now via the email. And I did see it and I did try to sign up already. But in order to sign up so early, you have to pledge at least $600 of donation money to be donated to St. Jude as part of your fundraiser. You have to pledge that minimum amount, is what I read it as. And although we crossed that bar, like just barely, for mine, thanks to donations from you guys, which was awesome. I don't want to have that pressure on me. I think I'll just wait for the standard sign up. I think I'll be fine. So this requires 66 glass, 65 polished andesite, 50 stone, 40 redstone dust, 12 chests, 10 repeaters, 9 hoppers, 7 spruce trap doors, pistons, furnaces, sticky pistons, water dispenser, lava bucket, levers, moss blocks, redstone comparator, and a redstone torch. That's actually not a bad build. That's not a bad build if I want to really do the mossy blocks. See, yeah, and I was thinking the exact same thing. It was I'll wait. It's kind of intense. Although I do and you know the other layer of madness to it too is like if I train to run this half marathon with my sibling for their milestone birthday this year, then you know, the big dumb thought is, well, if I'm going to be in half marathon shape before St. Jude, do I just go for the big marathon? Do I go for the 26? I don't know. That feels like madness to me, especially since I'm not working from home quite as often as I was when I was training for the half marathon in this past December. I don't know. See, there's that Killberry encouragement. I feel it. I appreciate it. I just feel like a madman for even saying it out loud because, as I said, also, oh, Killberry, have you seen my beautiful lapis decorative floor? I threw some blue in here specifically for you. And also because it kind of looked like a Native American Southwest kind of design. What I did, I mentioned this last stream, but last stream was just kind of a big hurried ramble on my part. What I like about this is all the water that you see is infinite water. Like I can refill my buckets on any of these blocks basically that is not a solid block, and it'll automatically refill itself, which is awesome. What's also awesome about it, I suppose, is oh no, I had something here. Oh yeah, there's no way for me to get stuck in any of this water. I'll just forever be on top of it, so I'll never slow down. Also, a subtle design decision that I made in this room is that you'll notice that the exit is my regular beloved stone bricks, and all the rest is deep slate stone bricks. So just, and also, yeah, this top row right here, that's a different color, a different highlight for each tunnel, each branch, each wing. And more of these are auto-sorted now. I don't think this one will ever be auto-sorted, the old netherite scrap. But I'm very proud of it. I'm also very happy with this exit tunnel. How I explained it on Monday was I was having a really low day on Sunday. Usually, like when I get a nice fat depressive spell, it lasts for a few days, and it's like one day is the worst, and then there's either like an aftershocks or like a warning build of just sad. And Sunday was the big one. That was the big day. And so what I did was I put on a bunch of jazzy Tiny Desk concerts on YouTube and just let my mind relax and listened to this beautiful music. And the best thing about jazz for me is that it really gets my brain going because I get to process what exactly they're doing. It's more complicated than just like a standard rock beat, you know? And so I kind of got lost in that, and that loosened up my mind a little bit, and I just started placing blocks basically in that room. And I started removing some when they didn't work, and just keeping what did work and trying to work around it. There was no, unlike most of my other builds, there was no real template for me to follow. I was just getting after it. It's just a very kind of, I don't know. I wasn't even thinking about it. It's like when I'm talking with you guys while building this road. Wasn't even thinking about it. Actually, let's go ahead and make a moss farm. Micah says, I've been working a lot this week and really getting to feel what it's like working from home. Been doing some designer work this week, really enjoying it, but it has occurred to me that I'm going to have to do some serious work on my work-life balance. Yes. Facts. Just need to make sure I set working hours and not work all night. So when I first got started working from home, fresh out of college, but a wee baby lad, so much more optimistic and bright-eyed about the world that I am now, I did that same thing where I said, okay, I'm going to clock in at 7:30. I'm giving myself the same 30-minute lunch break in the middle of the day, and I'm clocking out at, 4? I was clocking out at 4 p.m., getting my 8 hours in, and that is it. Any overtime that I'm going to do, I'm going to clear with my boss ahead of time, so I am not buzzing the line between working at home and just being away from the desk at home. Because particularly as someone who's prone to anxiety, that uneasiness, that lack of focus on what is work and what is personal time just rang all my bells. Like it got me so tightened up that I could just hardly even function at the work desk or away from it. So I think that is a great idea, setting working hours and not working all night. And if you need someone who has worked from home quite a bit to bounce ideas off of, Killberry's there. No, I would be happy to help you out there if anything comes to mind. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, also I can offload into this chest as well. Hoppers run underneath and go all the way over here. Do I have... I'm not sure if I have coarse dirt actually filtered up. Okay, so we're at the top here. And it's the last one. Top, third, last. That's how this makes sense to me. So I'm going to the top. 1, 2, 3. And here it is. And we do not have coarse dirt in here. So this is actually how I filter these items out in this auto sorter. You see that this hopper is actually pointed into a comparator. I'll put this here. This will drop down to 41 blocks for reasons that I cannot fully explain. There you go. And now, anytime coarse dirt travels through this pipeline here, it'll automatically be picked up and dropped there. This doesn't look like water. So here in the center room, it doesn't. Yeah, when you're just cruising through, you don't even really notice it as water. It's just so channelized. Actually, I don't know what this looks like without shaders. Hopefully, with that super blue water, hopefully it still looks good. It's a bit... I probably wouldn't have gone with the lapis. Sorry, Killberry. If I was playing without shaders. Because that is a lot of blue. Also, I love the flex of the diamond blocks. I don't have that many diamonds, and most of them went into making just those 4 blocks. So you're looking at, what, 36 diamonds in the view screen right now? But some lapis that I do love is up there. Just that tiny half-block border. Lovely, if I do say so myself. Yeah, this is the result of some jazzy Tiny Desk concerts that pulled me out of my funk on Sunday. So if you guys want to just put on some fantastic background music that is being performed live and in an office setting of all places, NPR Tiny Desk concerts on YouTube. Even if it's a genre that you don't even think you like, I bet you'll find something that you're like, wow, this rocks my socks off. Yeah, well, that may be the case, Micah. And if you want to be a night owl, I don't necessarily condone this, because I found that, like, although I am also prone to being awake and alert at late hours, like I'm not even sure if Zeta is aware of this. We woke up at like 3:30 last night because like a suction cup shelf fell in the bathtub and woke us both up. Well, it woke Zeta up. I slept through the noise, but somehow woke up immediately after. I don't know how this brain works. Anyway, I was awake from 3:30 until when I got up for work, with like a maybe 20-minute doze in there in the middle of it. Because I think that I really am. Before I met Zeta, I was a night owl, not even by choice. That's just like, I was always exhausted in the morning, and I was always way too wired at night. But despite that, I think that I am at my most creative, and my brain is most useful between the hours of like 6 and 9 a.m. Just like super early in the morning. Give me a cup of coffee, and then it's just like I'm firing on all cylinders, and I'm ready to go. Okay, I gotta offload the stuff. Okay, so I don't want to add a filter block in there because that will mess things up. I'm so looking forward to this weekend. What's funny, I didn't share this story. Was that did I share this story on Monday? Was it Monday? All the days are running together right now, man. Anyway, so there are 2 flights to this coffee crawl. There's the early birds and the sleeper-ins or something like that. The late risers, the sleeper-ins and the early risers and the sleeping-ins. Yeah, anyway, there's 2 flights, 2 different time slots. And the one that Killberry and Micah are in was filled up. So I was like, well, crap, what am I going to do? Do I just get the other ticket and, you know, hope we can walk together? Go to different coffee shops at the same time? So unbeknownst to me, Killberry was in the process of emailing the city email, while I was doing the same thing. Like, we hadn't messaged each other, but we saw the link independently on this Coffee Crawl's website and decided to just email the city and see if maybe we could swing it. And the lady who responded back the next morning was like, yeah, so here's the details on that. And by the way, do you happen to know, is your friend Killberry? Of course I responded back like, yeah. Yeah, she gave me all the deets, Killberry. She actually sent me a follow-up email as well with like the full schedule in it, which I believe I sent a screenshot of the group to. But regardless, I should probably forward that to the entire group tonight. just in case it contains some details that maybe were not just explicitly said in the events documentation. Good, that is just dirt. This is awesome, dude. This is what I wanted about with this auto sorter. Just like offload all this crap except for the crap that I can't because, you know, it's not auto sorted yet. Just being able to throw it in one chest. I did that in order to turn that filter block into ordinary dirt so it doesn't gum up the system. I don't think chests are sorted out, so whatever, I'll just do it up here. This is fine. So many filter blocks, dude. All right. It's time to fill the inventory. Actually, so this is the first thing that I need is 66 glass blocks. Let's actually go inside the house. Fremont House. Yes, yes. There's the wolf-drawn cart, courtesy of Micah Ilberry. Lovely custom paintings. And look, I even updated the map to show our road just going off into this giant anvil. Maybe I should actually build an anvil over here. Just make it to scale. Just this anvil that is just towering over the rest of the build. I guess it'd only be 16 blocks high. That wouldn't be too tall. So here we go. 64 plus 2. Bang. Ooh, added at least one more to the coffee crawl party. Dude, the more the merrier. Micah says, my brain kind of functions wherever the wind takes it. I have a bad habit of getting inspired and working until it's done, regardless of the time. Yeah. I think that I'm not... Getting better at that is not the correct phrase. It's just like a difference of like how you approach a problem. I think that I've changed in that regard with enough time at this current job. Because I was very much a tunnel vision type of project thinker at work, which would get me in trouble sometimes because like I would get so caught up in this minor issue that I was trying to correct that I would just lose sight of like my schedule and the overall scope of the project, and I would just bulldog this problem to death until it was done. And God knows I wasn't gonna ask anybody for help. And that kind of was problematic at times when I was under the gun for some projects. So I kind of weaned myself out of that a little bit. A little bit. Not it's still there. It's still there. I've learned to recognize it and know when I'm like spinning my wheels and to separate my time in slots. It's like I've still got a little gas left in the tank, but it's better for me to stop now so I'm not burnt out tomorrow if I have to resume, and then just resume tomorrow. That's what I found has worked for me anyway. Anyways. How much redstone do I have? Not enough. Not enough. Fortunately, this could be pretty easy. They call me old Shasta Moneybags over here, because not only do we have these emeralds, but we got a nice set of chests over here. I think if I would phrase it that way, Micah, I would feel a little overwhelmed. When you say I'm going to have to figure out a lot of things pretty soon, I think the way that I would frame that is that you're going to have an incredible learning experience. That you're going to learn a lot about yourself and how to work with this specific this specific job. Like I would try to frame it in like a positive, an explicitly positive light like that. Because like how you approach it mentally is like how you're going to get your start. And it's good to start on a nice positive note. Maybe I'm overthinking things there. Like overthinking's kind of my specialty. This is why I have this horrific pen full of priests, by the way. I needed more redstone, and my witch farm just wasn't cutting it, so I was like, I know a bunch of guys who will take a lot of money And oh, he had some. And in return, they'd give me all the redstone I would need. Boom, dude. And we got one more cleric over here, so why not go and visit him as well? How you doing, buddy? Anytime we need more emeralds, I'll just go back to the raid farm and grab a few more. Just toss those in there like I totally can. Love it. Love it. While I have all this extra redstone, can I filter that out as well? Okay. Let's see. Kaboom. Nice. All right, so all we need here is 40 redstone dust. Did I just do that? I just did that. Oh, Jesus. Separate out the 40 and then shift-clicked them into the chest anyway. Speaking of chests, I got a chest of chests over here. Oh, God. I didn't realize I had so many extras. I think that this is mainly the store that I had lining the inside of my attic roof in Fremont House. I think that's where the bulk of these came from. So I already had 2 chests, so those can go back in. 10 redstone repeated. So I got 9 hoppers. Do I have enough for I have 0 hoppers in here. This is the one chest that I have to check the bottom. Because, of course, having a decorative hopper underneath it is actually a functional hopper. Let's go with the repeaters first. So for the repeaters, I need some stone. So Micah, I would like to let you in on a little secret that I think that you already know about me. Is that dramatic sip of water? I am not a positive thinker at all. Like, my brain is just like one cataclysmic, apocalyptic scenario to the next. Like, as I go about my day-to-day life, it's like the literal worst possible thing is about to happen to me. Like, that's how my brain works. And so because I'm conscious of that, and I know that's how my brain works, I know that's the kind of rut that I get myself in if I start from that perspective. I try to yes, Diapolin! I try to reframe my thoughts and beat my own brain to the punch. You know? It's not about like idealism. It's not about being an idealist or like ignoring the negative aspects of things. It's just about finding a way to frame reality as it is in a constructive way, a way that I can build off of rather than tear myself down. Because I'm extraordinarily good at tearing myself down. Micah says he's excited for new challenges, just nervous that my abnormal brain will get me into trouble or let someone down. There's no such thing as normal. Your brain is just yours, and that's how it operates, and it's kind of a beautiful thing. But honestly, he says, I'm happy and excited for the future. Yes! And I really believe things are going in a positive direction for me. I think so too, man, just from what I picked up from you. And it's amazing what happens when you quit looking for a job. You just, yeah, bam. I can't say that worked out for me a few years ago, but... And I think that there's a lot of parallels with like how Killberry's and my brains work. I think that's why we're able to be such good friends, is that we get each other, I think. And that's a nice thing to have. It's nice to have friends who see you for like what you are and what you're trying to be, and understand what you're struggling with in your day-to-day life. That's I'm not gonna say it's a rare thing, but it's a great, beautiful thing to have in your corner, for sure. Oh yeah, I was making... So I actually need more redstone. I gotta reserve... Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to reserve these 40 redstone dust, in my little treasure box here. And we're gonna pull some redstone from over here. I might even actually have some extra torches over here. No, I don't. But I got sticks. Sticks are nice. Got all things that are good. Okay, now I'm gonna need more redstone because I used all of it to make torches. Once I get enough, after I've completed this auto sorter, any kind of like ingredient crafting that I'm doing, I'm gonna get into this terrible habit. I will just like wave my hand and be like, close enough, and make way too much of everything. I think after a 2-week build of putting together this sorter, I think I'm allowed to be a little bougie, play a little fast and loose with my resources. 12 chests up in there. Let's go ahead and toss those in there too before I lose them. So 9 hoppers. I'm actually working with a guy named Hopper right now, and every time that I talk to him, I just want to be like, are you very effective at moving and sorting items? And the truth is, he kind of is. He's like a Minecraft Hopper in real life. On one hand, I think that's also a really fun name, but that also reminds me of that evil grasshopper villain in A Bug's Life. That was the villain's name, right? It was Hopper? I don't know, man. I'm free associating right now. It's kind of magical how it can just like go off on a ramble on stream. Because I don't know where that crap comes from. So there we go. 9 hoppers. 7 spruce trapdoors. Can't do it. For shame. I'm not even sure I have enough spruce for a... Oh, we're cutting it close. Okay, so... Spruce trapdoors, we're going to need 8, technically. Because you can only make them in pairs of 2. And every one trapdoor requires 3 planks. So that's 8 times 3, 24. Okay. Actually, that works out pretty well. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. How'd we do? Nailed it! All right, I say that my best mental math period of my day, my best critical thinking part of my day is from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Nice. But even over here at 9 p.m., I pulled that one off. Not too shabby, sir. Not too shabby. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Okay. So now we need to make a total of 11 pistons. 5 of them all sticky. That should probably be enough, right? That said, there are still plenty of things that Killberry and I disagree on. What are you talking about? Pluto is not a planet. It's not a I laid down the law on Monday's stream. And by the law, I mean popular scientific consensus since 2006. It's over. It's all over. Pluto is not a planet. It is a dwarf planet. That was a lot of fun having Proxylog in here, though. Proxylog is probably the most effective of anybody I know at, like, trolling me. Like, he just finds a way to cause me to pull my non-existent hair out of my temples. And it's all love. But it was a lot of fun having him in the chat for like that whole stream. I hope it doesn't rain for his tennis tournament either. It's looking like tomorrow's gonna be pretty damp down here in Shasta USA. We'll see if it. I haven't even looked at the weather up there for this weekend. Well, I'll have to check that one. Here's to hoping that we have a dry coffee crawl. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did pretty good on getting overkill on these slime balls. I can't really pat myself on the back for that one. It's all looting 3, of course. Looting 3, Is that how I said that? Sounded like I said that kind of weird. What, I need 3 water buckets? I didn't think I got stackable buckets in here, man. I gotta get those sortable. I thought about Supermaning right out of the ceiling right there. Won't do it. Okay, so Friday, rain. Possible rain Saturday morning early, which would be when we're crawling painfully slow through the rain, the damp streets, Coffee Crawl USA. But it should dry up. Okay. I can handle that. Oops. Did I take all my buckets? I know I had more buckets than this. Do I have extra beds? I do. Wow. A bit of the hiccups there. Oh my god. I gave away a couple mugs not too long ago. My coffee mug collection is getting out of control, dude. But I'm excited. I'm excited to get a coffee mug. That is going to have a permanent place in the collection. There's still a few coffee mugs in my collection that I'm like, you know what? You hold coffee really well and you're really good at your job. But aesthetically speaking, I can do better. Your time is going to come where I will put you in a box and send you to Goodwill. And someone else will appreciate your hokey Comic Sans sayings. There is such thing as too many when you're I feel like the Robin Williams genie in Aladdin, where he's just like, you know, unlimited power, itty bitty living space, you know, boxed in. I got all the room that I need, and not a foot more over here at the moment. I only have so much room allotted for coffee cups. Oh, I had redstone in here the entire time. And I now know for a fact that it's sortable. Am I going to get sidetracked? I kind of feel like I'm going to get sidetracked. This whole stream I've been getting sidetracked. I feel like I've been productive. I'm more just rambling than anything. Wait, I need those. I think birch planks are sortable. Maybe I should keep some redstone. I don't know. Definitely put those back. Let me see if the iron's sortable. I actually have that Excel spreadsheet that keeps track of all of this. I just don't feel like pulling it up. That a bad thing? Oh, so there's a block of iron. And there's the iron ingots. They're sortable. Kaboom. Wait. It was all started because I needed buckets. I can show you guys the infinite water trick with this floor. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Free water. Shulker box. 1, 2, 3. 1 dispenser. Actually, I already have a water bucket here, so what we're going to do, since I'm going to need a lava bucket anyway, I'm just going to pour this water right here. Oh. Oh no. Well, that's one downside of this. once you pull the water, you can't put it back. Here's how I'm going to do it. There you go. As Ricky from Trailer Park Boys would say, I just got 2 birds stoned at once. Cleared out that filter block, converted it back into ordinary dirt, and there went my extra water. Okay. No place where I can get a lava bucket. Let's go. Deep down into the mines. Micah says that the red jug is one of the favorite textures that he's made, and just would you look at it? It really is. It conveys so much detail for so few pixels. Like, that is spot on what the red jug looks like. And of course, I'm rudely using its nemesis and partner, the invisible cup, tonight, but that is spot on. I love how the handles even flip down. Like, it could have been, I don't know how tempting it was to have the handle like flipped up, but that detail right there with it down kind of makes the whole texture for me. That's my favorite detail of it, I think. Also, the torta texture, I'm a little biased. The torta texture is like just behind it. Because every time I see that texture, my mouth starts watering because it is so spot on. Side note, I had a torta on Tuesday for lunch. It was a huevo y jamón. You want to be specific. You want to just say huevo. Because en español, huevo is egg. But if you pluralize it, huevo, huevos. Supposedly that means balls. So I was very careful ordering this torta. Make sure I got eggs and ham, jamón, on this torta. And they had some avocado in there as well. Some jalapeno slices. Mwah! Chef's kiss. It's delicious. Not quite as good as the food truck torta that Micah based his texture on. But few things are. I'm not sure if I've ever encountered a dish that I've enjoyed as much as that torta. Torta cubana. Alright, how do I make a dispenser? Show me the way. Dispenser. I think it's... yeah, I need a bow. Bow, redstone, and a lot of cobble. Fortunately, I literally just sorted out some cobble. Got the redstone. So we got 3 sticks, actually. So all we need, 3 string. We got our dispenser figured out. Very, very soon, I'll have to craft a replacement bow. This is still my original bow. I can't believe it's still around. After months. Months at this point. It's outrageous. It's crazy. Quote the Aristocats. I do need a dispenser, yeah. I know, I just keep making these Disney references, but like with this musical, it's just kind of comes with the territory. I gotta do it. I need 1 moss block. Okay, so the redstone torch is easy. Oh, easier than I even thought. And then I'm going to need to make 1 comparator, and that's our last item. What is up, Quantagon? He enters strongly. Today's entrance statement is, fun fact, every second, 1 second would pass by. The more, that's Quantagon fact moment. Marsha, take credit for that one. Thank you. Thank you. Haha, just a fact moment. No. Quantagon fact moment. Close enough. So now that we got that quartz, let's get that 1 comparator. And now we are 1 moss block and a 9-minute and 41-second tutorial away from getting infinite moss. I feel like those 9 minutes and 41 seconds are going to take a while. Going to take considerably longer than 9 minutes and 41 seconds. Yeah, I think that's it. Oops. And I think I am almost sure that I have a moss block still back up in the attic. So let's check that out. Yeah, I guess I got a few of these bad boys. Anything in here I can sort out? I honestly don't think so. Fair enough. These few chests, these are the few ones that I have not moved over yet, including my totems of undying. Oh, yeah. So I mentioned I didn't get much sleep last night. What I did not mention, but I did mention in the title of my stream, I guess, is I had a dream, not just a Minecraft dream last night. I had a World 11 dream. For the record, I mean, you might be able to tell by the world count 11 up above my head right now, but this is World 11, and I had a dream about this world last night, and my dream was that I was up on this platform, and I decided to just jump and free fall into the ground with my totem of undying clutched firmly in my left hand. And in the dream, the totem of undying did not apply to falling. And so, kersplat, I died. And I was just staring at my computer screen, just like, this wasn't supposed to happen like this. How did this, what? It's over? I did it like this? I was flabbergasted. I was so disappointed. I couldn't believe that I would just lose the world on something so preventable and dumb. And it was one of those where, like, I kind of kept sleeping after that. And when I woke up, I wasn't sure if I still had World 11 or not. And I didn't actually I was not 100% convinced until I sat down tonight to stream. How strange is that? Oh, I almost missed this. I need 5 furnaces. Might need a little more cobble for that. So there's our 5. Let's go ahead and sleep this off. Fun fact, says Micah. A male duck's Johnson is corkscrew shaped. A female duck's counterparts are spiked. No one wanted or needed to know that, but I have to be burdened with that knowledge, and so do all of you. Ah! Yikes. Actually, that reminds me, after we came back from bar trivia last night, I showed Zeta the Dr. Tran YouTube videos from like 13 years ago. Here comes Dr. Tran. And the one where it's the grandma is taking Dr. Tran and Leland to the toy store, just out of nowhere she goes, oh god, this is awful. It's awful. By the way, the crux of her story that you can use your imagination or you can look up the video yourself because it's hilarious is cats have barbed penises that destroy the vagina on the way out, and these 2 kids in the car just like staring straight ahead, just horrified at what their grandma has just told them. And it's hysterical. These videos are from a time when YouTube was not about stupid monetization and gaming the algorithm. And it was just people putting stupid stuff up there because they thought it was funny. And every so often, magic happened and other people thought it was funny too. And the video just took off. And that's where it ended. That's where it ended. That's all it needed to be. Just a more straightforward interaction between human beings. Which is what I'm still trying to do here on Twitch today. Oh, tied that one up with a little bow there, Shasta. Okay. Are you done being self-referential? Ready to get this build started? Okay. Oh, no! I must not concede to the yawn. I must not admit defeat. So, like, he's just building it right here? Like, what's up with that, man? Let me get a look at this thing before. It's kind of a big contraption. I kind of want to build this on the surface and then just kind of use it when I need it. Because, of course, this area is not already completely just covered with convenient farms. Quanticon, has that ever happened to you? Because that happens to me every once in a while. He says that awkward moment when you can't tell the difference between dream and reality. Like, I land there sometimes when I'm waking up. Just like, was that actually real? Is this a memory from yesterday? Have I done that? Or was it all a dream? So this is not a good area to build my farm. I think that I'm going to build a house around this farm. I'm going to build a building around this farm to hide its actual purpose and make it look pretty. I want to eventually do that with the iron farm as well. Once I can make sure that I build something that iron golems cannot spawn on. I want to make sure those guys stay in the farm because, fun fact, one of the 10 worlds preceding this one ended because I was trying to mine a minecart rail in a village, and an iron golem walked between me and the rail, and I mined his arm. And he murked me, bro. He tossed me twice, and I was dead. That was horrific. But it led me to this strange, beautiful, lovely world. So a guy can't complain all that much. Am I just going to hide another farm underneath the surface where people can't appreciate it? I do it. I think I'm going to do it. There's just not enough flat areas and no areas that I really want to, like... I'm going to build it here. The way I just counter my own statements on a regular basis. So Micah had this happen recently, and Thatcher has this as well. It manifests as night terrors. Oh man, he gets caught between waking up and sleep, and he gets scared. Oh man, that's brutal for the guy. Quanticon says one time he was excited to go to a party that he was invited to, only to have this dream where I woke up too late, and I was so disappointed that you woke up. And then you went to the party? Oh man. Micah had a dream and got kicked out of a Slack server I'm in. When I woke up, I had to go check. It didn't happen. Wow. That's one of those, like, you know, mundane real life dreams where it's just like, why was I dreaming about this, and why was it so realistic? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16. So this looks to be about a one chunk build. And I know that this cactus is one chunk, actually. It's 16 by 16. So, as long as I'm within the width of this bad boy, I just do 16 by 16 blocks over here. It'll fit. It'll fit. And it's by my other farms is literally in the shadow of a giant glass cactus. That's the phrase I was looking for, but I get a little jumbled when I'm here on stream sometimes. Micah nailed it. The mundanity of the dream is what makes it more realistic. Because you can't just wake up and be like, well, I had dolphin flippers for hands, so clearly this is not 2022. This is not the current timeline. Imagine trying to hold chopsticks with those bad boys. I don't know why that was my reference. I'm just as confused as you guys are, but I'm rolling with it. I wonder. Okay, so that's all the goods that I need. So let's actually offload the rest and do this all with one inventory. That's the way to do it. To quote Dire Straits. Do I have enough spruce fence? That's also a good question. Oh, I need those 5 furnaces. And I'm actually, I think birch planks are sorted. Wow, that wall's actually closed up. Anyway, I think they're sorted, but I'm right here, so I'm going to continue to wonder instead of actually solving that problem. Here we are. That was the sound of bamboo being harvested. Awesome. That's the flying machine. Y'all. So we're getting some warm weather right now. That means we're seeing some insects that we would not normally see until like late spring, early summer. And there is a stink bug on my wall right now. He is now turning to look directly at me as I stream. Oh, wait. He's now turned a perfect 180. And he continues to circle in place. What you doing, buddy? Hopefully not planning on being all stinky over there. Yeah, I see you. Bug cam. If only I could like easily rotate my camera. I'm gonna try it. So how are we going to do this? Let's set that up. Oh. Adios, green screen. There he is. There he is. You see him? Look at that beast. Look at that beast. Absent Crabson, that is a stink bug. They have a very distinctive 5-sided back. Like they start out wide and then they like have moved to a point on his butt. They do. That's the scary thing about stink bugs is that they do look as far as like bugs looks go, they look kind of cute, right? Allegedly they like shoot stinkiness at you. I don't know. I've never tested that theory. This is a very small ring cam, as you can see. It's tough to get back into place. I was scared for this part. Oh, nailed it. I'm out here providing content for you guys. And look, I'm back in the same old sorting area that we were in before. Just me in real life. IRL. Bang. I'm glad we had that diversion. That's a lot of fun. That kind of just adds. That's one of my favorite parts about Twitch. What that little bit of controlled chaos right there. Okay, so this is it right here. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Could make it. No, I don't know. I don't know. What's the width over here? So that is let's say 3 plus 9 plus another 8. Oh, we have all the space we need. So if I just start it right here, we should be Gucci. Triple X Tentacle Sand dropped the word Gucci towards the beginning of the stream, and I think that was an unintentional reference to them dropping that. That's one of my favorite little sayings. Like, just how you doing? I'm Gucci, baby. I'm a European handbag. Life is good. So, the collection chests for this are on the opposite side of the line of pistons that the tutorial opens with. So what I want to do is be double secret sure that the pistons... I got enough room here. We'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whoop. Okay. I was right here. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. Okay. Remember what I said earlier in the stream? Like, you gotta just place the first block. Everything gets so much smoother after you place that first block. So that is exactly what we are going to do. The stink bug is still chilling, by the way. Just he rotated around and he's good. Micah says, I want to set up a free cam for my streams that let me just take a camera with me wherever, but it's a difficult thing to achieve. I could, though. I'd use it to take everyone with you to brew coffee. That would be awesome, dude. Gosh, hopefully I have enough room for this. Is that where I want to do it? Yep. That's it. We have begun, folks. You didn't mention any stone. Wait, was the andesite that I saw actually stone? Oh man, this one has like different instructions in the comments for how to fix it because it's different from 1.18. Maybe this is disappointing. Maybe I shouldn't get into this. Let's try it. We can adjust it after the fact. Again, that was just like a teeny tiny itty bitty example of like the little voice of doubt in my brain, which does me absolutely no good. So, what we are going to do with this andesite is we're just going to use it as a stone. Oh, he just flew. And he's back on the wall. He's climbing up towards the light. Don't go to the light! Don't go to the light! One, because I care about you, buddy. And that's an instant bug zapper. It's an exposed halogen bulb. And the other is that Burning insects smell really bad, whether they're a stink bug or not. So I've got a wholly selfish interest in keeping this thing away from the light up there. Hang on, little homie. Can't even see him. I can just see him in the reflection of my poster. Oh god, he's on the lamp. He's on the edge of the lamp. He's just walking the edge of the lamp. Don't go in, dude. He's just moving his little... Okay. There he is. Oh god. Look at him. Can you see him? You guys are at a tough angle. I've got a pretty tight webcam down here. It's on a pretty short cord. I don't see him. Oh, he just flew. Did he dive in? Did you guys see him? Did you see him dive in? There goes our hero. Watch him as he goes. This stinking light. Woo! I don't smell him. Oh, he's on the other side. He's still alive. Well, oh no, he's in the bottom. He's struggling. I can see the glass bottom. He is fighting with the corpse of another bug that was already in there. Oh god, he's trying to crawl out. Go away from the light, buddy. You can do it. You can do it. Get out of there. I need to get that other bug body out. It's pretty gross. He doesn't know how to get out. He's stuck in a little cup at the bottom of the bowl of the lamp. I feel like that guy who was reporting live from the Hindenburg, you know, oh, the humanity. I was here to watch a blimp landing, not a hydrogen explosion. Oh, he's panicking. Oh, he's really close to the light. Don't do it. Can't just watch this shit, man. I turned the lights off. Hopefully that will allow him to find his way out of there, and hopefully he doesn't fly towards my stream lights. I'm not sure if I could play like this, guys. He's making a lot of noise in there. He's struggling. He's trying to get out. Oh. Probably also want to see that I've returned to Minecraft, huh? I think this is my best chance to get him out alive and being able to, like, get him out of the house. It's such thin metal and glass that he's struggling in that he sounds gigantic. I want to go back. I want to go back and rewatch that part of the stream and actually see if there is video of him diving into the lamp. Ooh, is he crawling? It's all quiet up there now. Oh. So unsettling. He's rattling. So that is what's going to make our infinite stone. If I did this right. So 8 blocks. Woo! Awfully quiet. 4, 5. You just skipped it. Okay. Yep. That appears to be correct. Hopefully it's okay that this is andesite and not regular stone. That's a pretty easy swap if so. We'll see. How's about that single moss block? Indeed, the key to everything. Oh, okay, so those blocks were just there to act as a measuring stick? The amount of, excuse me, the amount of polish that goes into Shulker Craft's tutorials, you don't even really notice it until you go to someone else's and try to watch it on mute, or just watch them just kind of waste steps. So here at the end, 5 furnaces, okay. And he's floating around in creative. A few more blocks back here. Redstone on top. Let's go. Okay. a strange shape. I think that's where the repeaters go, maybe. Actually, I think that can stay. And there's the repeaters I was talking about. So those 3 are full open. I think they call that 4 ticks. That one's set to 3. But down here, I'm not sure. That one's at 3 ticks. I mean, was there supposed to be more andesite? Did they just not? I don't think they mentioned like building materials. I'm gonna try this. Raby Icer, welcome. How many days am I going? I am playing until I die. So as of right now, that's 255 in-game hours, and we are on day 1029. So I'm in it for the long haul, man. I've got some pretty functional farms set up here already. I spoken like I just got started. It's been almost 3 months, right? Yeah. I've defeated the dragon, defeated the wither, got myself some nice wings, infinite totems of undying from a raid farm, and now I'm working on getting across this bridge I built and building a nice village over here on the other side. This is easily the best hardcore run that I've ever been on, and my fingers are firmly crossed that I can break the 2,000 day mark. So if I can do what I've already done here, and then double it, I think I'd be pretty happy. My goals are starting to get more and more ambitious, and my dreams for this world are starting to get more and more ambitious as time goes on. Because I really do think that the most dangerous and the hardest part of hardcore, it really is just getting started. Because you're just so vulnerable, and you have to keep throwing yourself out there. It was nearly 2 years ago. Man, time flies, Absent Crabsent. It kind of is a similar vibe, isn't it? Because Chumbawamba was very, very safe, very protected. I was taking 0 risks. And what's funny is that back then I wasn't even really in the end game. I was just kind of in a end game of my own design. I was too scared to take on the dragon or the wither. I was too scared to get the elytra. I'm very proud that I did take on the dragon in that world, even though there's speedrunners who literally do that in under 10 minutes now. I'm still very proud of that. And I think that Chumbawamba's dragon fight really laid the groundwork for my surviving in this world. Plus a fat pile of luck. Don't get me wrong. Actually, Raby, I do not have names for these puppies. So, if you have a good name for any one of them or all of them, then I will make those name tags right now.
Neighbor, how long has it been since you had a big, thick, steaming bowl of whoop rat jelly? Well, that's too long.
Raby is R. Welcome to the One Can Wolfpack, and thank you for the follow. Welcome. I think you are joining a fantastic little community that we got going on here. I'm not sure if the stink bug is still up there. I might try to turn the light back on. Nope, no movement. I think we're good. So let's just go ahead and pick up a stack of stone just to see what that does for us. You know, technically what I could do, my build is right outside of my storage halls here. So I could just... There we are. Kind of a flex. Also kind of a waste of that firework, but when you got enough of them, what's there to worry about, right? You absolutely did have to force me to enter the Nether. That was right at the launch of 1.16 too. Oh, Rupert. Okay, that's a good one. I'll go with Rupert. I hope Rupert's doing well, sitting in his little doghouse in Chumbawamba. Well, Raby, I hope you're right there along with us as we cross that 2,000 day mark. That would be like I don't even know. I would buy confetti and streamers from a dollar store and pull a string and just have it like woo fall on top of my head as we cross the 2,000 day mark. That would be so freaking cool. Kevin, what's up, dude? Is that an actual legitimate animated GIF? It is. Rocking that Koki-Doo 5-month subscriber badge. Dang, man. Anyway, what did I come in here before? Name tags. Quite. Yes, quite. Indeed. Indubitably. I think I'll have to buy a name tag for my villagers real quick, but fortunately they got it on the cheap, dude. Let's go ahead and pick up some of those emeralds. And let's buy 3 name tags, because I have a feeling that we're going to name all 3 dogs tonight. How about that? I might need more than 3 emeralds. Oh, thank you. Actually, it's doubly kind of you to say that, because most of my builds are based off of like someone else's YouTube tutorial. I find this to be a very technical world by my standards, and like everything that you see here is basically like someone else's tutorial. But the house, this house, that is my own design. So I can legitimately take pride in people complimenting the house that I no longer spend a lot of time in. I guess I also designed that as well, but that's a legit copy of the Minecraft cactus texture. So let me see. Oh yeah, name tags. Yes. So I think any of these librarians that we're dealing with... Cheap, says Micah. Cheap? Hands them a precious gem the size of your fist for a piece of paper with a string attached. That is how it be sometime. What, he's up to $10 for that? I don't think so. That guy's got 5. That's a little more reasonable. 5. Y'all need to show me a bar. 15? Get out of here. This guy's got the deals for me. There we go. 1, 2, 3. That's all 3 dogs. I gotta remember, this guy is my source of the goods right here. Max. I like it. So let me see. Let me toss a few items in quick storage here. Please let me not forget that they're there. So we got Rupert. Yeah. We got Max. Third dog name. We're taking a third dog name from the chat. Anybody? Anybody got a third? We got Rupert. We got Max. Who should the third dog be? It could be something completely off the wall. My last city's name was Chumbawamba, for God's sake. I do like that stipulation. It should be a female-sounding name. Oh, man. Dude, that's funny that you say that, Micah. Because I was also thinking of a Goofy movie when Max came out. It's just a Max Goof was where I went. So I think that Roxanne should probably be the third one. And then, you know, I should probably like give them different colored collars to differentiate them. Every time I hear that Police song, Roxanne. This one's Rupert. You just look like a Roxanne to me. You're Max. There you go. I just think of my junior year of high school where one of my good friends at the time, super long hair, smoked a lot of weed. Everybody called him Jesus. You know, we'll keep him pretty anonymous. We lost him on this like college visit, and there was the local college like pep band, and they were playing Roxanne by the Police, an instrumental version, of course, until we heard Jesus bellow Roxanne off key above the crowd, and it was just the funniest way to find this guy. Message in a Bottle's also a good one. I think that just Stuart Copeland, the Police's drummer, is like crazy underrated. Like his drum parts are just perfect for what the Police have going on. Old Papa Shasta, Arkansas doesn't lose to Vermont. Oh my gosh. I kind of forgot that Arkansas was even in the tournament. I mean, I literally only knew that Arkansas was in the tournament because one of my coworkers went to that school. Baseball spring training started this afternoon, so like, I don't even care about March Madness, man. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm happy for the people who get like such excitement out of it because it's such a big freaking thing. It just does nothing for me. I love that we named those dogs, though. This is for the new ones here. Kenneth Schrader is the name of our Lord and Savior. This cactus. He goes all the way down to bedrock and lifts all the way up to the highest heights. What's up, Alpine? Why am I awake? It's only not quite 11 o'clock. It's good. I look really sweaty on stream today. It looks like maybe I did a lot of cocaine, and that's why I'm like super awake. Let's go ahead and knock out those colors because I agree that Roxanne does need to be purple. Rupert should be yellow or orange. I think Rupert should be yellow. And then Max should be orange. Because in the Goof Troop, doesn't Max wear like an orange hoodie? If I'm remembering right. I thought that like young Max looked like super rad when I was a kid. Ooh, Max blue. Well, we do have cornflower, and blue would be pretty easy. I like that. I feel like Namer's rights. That's my first blue dye ever, by the way. Oh, he was red. That's right. Let's go over here to Max. So, Max, officially blue. Let's see, Rupert, I'm going to go with... Do I want to do yellow or orange? Because I have both. Do I have both? I could have swore I had at least like... Oh, here we go. Yeah, one dandelion. It's orange. I'm going to take one of my plethora of poppies. Make some orange dye. It's my first orange dye ever. I'm going with orange for Rupert. And I think purple for Roxanne. I like cyan, but also the outside of my house is decorated with those cyan banners. And I don't want to show favoritism to my dogs. Is that ridiculous? I feel like that's a little ridiculous, but like that's what's going through my mind right now. Hello there. Was that a good one, Simba? I kind of feel like that was a good one. That's the only Obi-Wan thing I have. My hair is shorter now, so I can't like slick it back like I used to be able to and be like, "Hello there, General Kenobi." I love it. I love it. How do I make purple dye? Minecraft wiki. Purple dye. Obtaining, crafting. It's literally blue plus red, you dingus. This is some grade school stuff. It is tragic that should be obvious, but that was not obvious to me. Gosh, maybe it is too late. So there's the purple dye. That's my first purple dyes because I never made a wheat, not a wheat farm, a sheep farm. Wheat? Sheep? How'd you get those mixed up, buddy? There we go. Oh, we got to get a family portrait. And we got to get you guys outdoors, too. Yeah, literally, Micah's 4-year-old could help me put these colors together. Gosh. They all made it outdoors. That's amazing. Roxanne, get over here. What are you doing? What are you doing? What? Perfect. You guys are like inside of each other's faces. Oh, behave. Get over here. They are the amazing pack of dogs. Rupert! Come sit with the fam! Tell you what, you stay right there. I have an idea. This, of course, is my roommate, Philip Smokey. He is a regular Netflix customer for reasons that I can no longer ascertain. I've slept too much since then. That's the one. Yes, sir. Let's do it. Boom. Lexley. See, I don't know about cyan. I just don't know about cyan because, like, look how turquoise / cyan these are. I don't want to. I feel like that would be some favoritism. I think that Lexley would just get the idea that this would just be like her house. That's my only concern. But Lexley is a cyan name. Dogs are colorblind. Absent Crabson really wants this. Because that's actually a really good sell. You were on the dot with that too, just immediately. Dogs are colorblind. That's true. You know, I do have a small array of penned-in cats over here. One of which is in fact blue. cat called Chuck. You know what's funny, Raby, is that my family actually they actually have a cat named Chuck. So you're kind of calling out my cats in real life here. And I find that a strange enough coincidence that I'm going to do it. A light blue or pink pet named Ligma. Oh man, Ruby Cat would love that. That one's Chuck. Oh, can you change the... He does have a red collar. I've actually never tried this. Does the collar change color for cats like it does for dogs? He will remain unpunctured. I think that is a promise that I can fulfill, even though I have accidentally punched a villager in my day. I did not know that this was a thing. You can change the cat's collars too? Maybe the yellow would match his jaundiced eyes. Instead of green. That's freaking cool, man. Hello, Villager Pit. What do you guys think of all my named animals? Good? All right, I'm glad you agree. I'll catch you fellas later. Keep hanging out. A cat called Billy. I don't even hear Billy as like a human or pet name anymore. I hear it as an IKEA shelf. Iconic. Billy. Billy will have to wait because I am going to bed. So I'm going to have to wrap up the stream here. But this has been a really fun one. And it's a lot of it is thanks to you guys. Chuck is short for Chuckles. Absent Craftsman, have I ever mentioned that our cat Chuck, like, my family has like 20 different nicknames for him, one of which is Chuckles or Chuckleberry Finn or Chuckway or just Charles. He's Charles when he's in trouble. Oh, but I am going to bed. But Raby Icer, thank you for the follow. That also goes for Superhero Puppy, First Gen Dodge. Even though it's spelled First Gen God, I'm going to remember that. But I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your night. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to be out of commish tomorrow and likely for the rest of the weekend. So I will catch up with you guys on Monday. So actually, have a fantastic weekend. And I'll see you then. Love one another. Be kind to your fellow human beings and stink bugs. I'm the Shasta One. We have an official Shasta One Discord if you would like to join the community. And I'll catch you guys next time. Adios. Take care.